Hello to you, my dear friend, and welcome to the Sell Like a Woman blueprint. This is the ultimate lead generation and sales blueprint for women who want consistent, predictable income without cold DMs, hustling, or being on social media constantly. You're going to discover how to attract high quality clients by leading with value, building trust, and creating a business ecosystem that generates predictable revenue on your terms so that you are in love with your business. If you've never met me, you might be wondering, why should I listen to this girl? Well, a few years ago, about 4 years ago, I became a master certified financial coach and I began teaching Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University. I was helping people transform their relationship with money and create real financial freedom. I also graduated from the life coach school, and so I launched my own financial coaching business. And it was successful. I began generating clients and creating clients consistently. And then people started asking me, how are you doing this? How is it that you're signing clients consistently? They wanted to know how I was growing my business without being aggressive, like some people are on social media, without cold DMing people, without spending days and days on social media. And so that's when I realized that women needed a different way to sell. We needed a way that felt so authentic to us, a way that honored relationships, a way that honored how we feel in our nervous system. And so since then, I have had the privilege of working with over 450 clients worldwide, helping women create predictable income, build successful businesses, profitable businesses through aligned marketing and sales strategy. And so my mission is to help women understand that there are strategies you can implement in your business that feels good. Okay. So if I was to ask you, how does sending out cold DMs to strangers, how does that feel to you? Does that feel good to you? For many of the women I work with, it's not aligned with who they are. So that's why I created this blueprint. This blueprint is specific for women who have service-based online businesses. Okay. So if you have a product-based business where you sell hair care products or skincare products, then this strategy might not necessarily work for you. This is designed for people who sell services online. So think coaches, consultants, therapists, wellness practitioners, creatives, experts. If you have a service like a digital marketing agency, that kind of service, this is the blueprint for you. And then, like I said, this is specifically for people who hate cold DMs. Okay, so if keep slapping people who just DM you without even asking what you do. If cold DMing people doesn't feel aligned to you, then this strategy is for you. If you want clients to come to you, how cool is that? Instead of chasing clients, you want clients to come to you. If you're done playing the numbers game, you want a system that draws in the right people, people who know they need your help and people who can afford your help, right? Because there is no use attracting broke people, right? You want people who can afford your services. You want consistent, predictable income instead of feast 1 month and then the next month farming. If you're ready for a business that generates revenue reliably every month, and if you want to sell authentically. In fact, I had one of my clients tell me the other day that she now feels so good when she makes an offer. Okay, so if you want to ditch the bro marketing playbook where you go to networking events and they're shoving their business cards at you, it just feels so transactional. If you want to sell authentically in a way that aligns with who you are, then this is for you. So the question is, what does it really mean to sell like a woman? Okay, a woman understands her value, right? A woman understands her value and she attracts people to her. That's the feminine energy. The feminine energy is attraction. It is invitation. It is leading with value. So selling like a woman means leading with value before making an invitation. It means building trust and asking for a commitment after. It means serving before selling. How do you feel when you feel seen, understood, supported, and confident? That's how you want your potential clients to feel before they even pay you any dollars. And here's the shift from the old way to the new way. Most people were thought, go find clients, DM as many people as you can on Instagram. In fact, I had someone tell me about 3 weeks ago, she's been cold DMing thousands and thousands of people. And so I asked her, how many clients have you signed? She said zero. And she's invested in all of these fancy tools, AI tools that automatically DMs people. Like, that energy doesn't feel right. That energy of just DMing people and then just selling, that doesn't feel right. And she told me she has made $0 after spending all of this money. So most people were thought, go find clients. Well, if you go find clients, that leads to chasing strangers in the DMs, sending cold messages, wondering if you're annoying people, constantly facing rejection and exhaustion, and a business that feels like a grind. Well, what's the new way? Here's the new way. My mentor, Myron Golden, if you don't know him, is an exceptional business coach. He said, instead of trying to find clients, how about you make yourself more findable by the people already looking for what you have to sell? I'm going to pause so you take that in for a minute. Instead of trying to chase people, trying to find clients, how about you position yourself so that people who are already looking for your solution find you? In fact, there are thousands, if not millions of people searching every day for the solution you offer. Say, for example, you are a weight loss coach and you help women lose weight. Which one feels better to you? Cold messaging everybody on Facebook, asking them if they want to lose weight, or positioning yourself so that the women who are already dissatisfied with their weight find you and hire you? Which one feels better to you? Right? But here's the foundation. The foundation is to sell what people already know they need. That's the foundation. I've had people come to me on consultation calls, and when they describe their offer, even I, as a business coach and money coach, I'm confused by their offer, let alone the target audience they're trying to attract. So you need to be selling something that people know they need. And the example I love giving is, take two pharmaceutical companies, for example. Company A produces migraine painkillers. Company B produces vitamins. Who do you think will make the most money? Fastest. Definitely the company that sells migraine painkillers, right? Someone experiencing migraine already knows, oh my gosh, my head is bursting. I need relief now. No education required, right? No convincing required. The problem is felt. Migraine. The solution is obvious and the sale is easy, right? So for this part, the sales cycle is shorter, higher urgency, and an easy yes. But the company that sells vitamins, now don't get me wrong, vitamins are good for us, right? But they need to educate people, right? They need to say, oh, this is vitamin K, this is what vitamin K does, right? But it's almost like a nice to have, right? And that's why it takes longer for people to purchase. So the buying cycle is longer and more convincing is required. So here's the lesson. The easier your problem is to identify, the easier your offer is to sell. So ask yourself, does my offer solve a problem that people already have and they know they have that problem, right? So that's the foundation, selling what people know they need. Step one is to create a need magnet. I'm sure you must have heard of a lead magnet. But I love to think about it as a lead magnet because traditionally lead magnets have lost their effectiveness. People do not need another 20-page document, right? It just gathers dust, especially in this age of AI. There's information overload. Instead of a lead magnet, create what I call a need magnet, something people need, a free resource that solves the problem for your target audience. Like they so desperately need to solve that problem that they give you their email in exchange for the need magnet. So here's the test. Your audience should think, I need this, not, oh, this might be nice someday. Okay, your need magnet should be in a video format. So I recommend 10 to 15-minute video that solves a specific problem that your target audience have. Why video? Well, because video builds trust faster. It's the fastest medium of building trust. People can sense your energy, your excitement, your expertise, your personality comes across in the video. And here's the formula. Answer one specific urgent problem. The more specific the problem, the more valuable your need magnet becomes. So here's the perfect need magnet formula, right? Don't make it too vague. So for example, if I was doing a need magnet on marketing, I wouldn't say everything you need to know about marketing or how to grow your coaching business. I would say the three biggest mistakes keeping you from signing clients consistently. I would also say the sell like a woman method to land your next 5 high paying clients without cold DMs. Can you see how specific the lead magnet is? That's what gets people to sign up. So for your niche, I want you to start thinking, what's one problem that my target audience wants solved? And then you're going to create a video. And I teach my clients exactly how to do this. It's like I said, a simple 10 to 15-minute video, nothing overly complicated. The goal is to allow people to feel your energy, see you, fall in love with you. That's the goal. Okay. Step number 2 is to build your authority hub. Your authority hub is a place that people go consume your content for free. Okay. Research shows that for people to be comfortable buying high ticket, they need 7 hours of content, 11 different touch points from 4 different platforms. It's called the Google 7-11-4 rule. I want you to go research that. If you go on my LinkedIn, I wrote a lengthy article on how this works. So essentially, your hub is where people go consume your content for free. So I recommend YouTube as your hub. But if you're not comfortable being on video to start, then you can start with podcast. So this is your voice. Okay. Why do we do have a authority hub? Well, because long form content builds trust the fastest. When someone sits down to watch your 10 to 15-minute video, they get to know you faster compared to if they were watching a 60-second reel on Instagram, right? Okay. And then step number 3 is to grow your email list. Oh my goodness. This is mid 2026. I cannot tell you how many clients I have closed in my emails. Many people do not understand the power of emails. Now, I'm not talking about your Gmail. I'm talking about the email you use for your business. So when people listen to you on YouTube or download your lead magnet, they get on your email list. That's gold. I'm sure you've heard this. The gold, the money is in the list. So your email list is where people go to form a relationship with you. So, and this is automated, by the way. When someone downloads your lead magnet, there's a sequence of emails on the back end of that introduces you, allows them to get to know you. And I teach my clients to email their list 3 times per week. I use Go High Level for my email automation. There are like a million other tools out there, whatever you use, as long as it's able to mass email people, but also personalize the emails. So how do you nurture people on your email list? Like I said, you email your list 3 times a week. You teach something valuable, inspire belief in what's possible. If you've been on my email list for any length of time, you see how I nurture my list. I share stories about how I'm growing. In fact, last week, I shared with my email list, I just did a live. And this is the power of selling like a woman, right? I launched a product, a program, and then I went live because I was very excited. And lo and behold, Reverend Kevin Taylor, who is the pastor of Israel AME Church in upstate New York, is the oldest Black church in upstate New York, founded in 1898, so almost 200 years old. He saw my live, he commented on my live, and then the next day he joined the live on the call. Long story short, he has now asked me to come teach my program to all the children in their church. Can you see the way I'm flipping my eyes? How exciting is that? Like, I was thinking I'm going to be teaching this in a group of like 3 children or 6 children. And now I'm having access to all of these children in this amazing church. That's the power of selling like a woman. All I did. Now, if you go to my LinkedIn, you're going to see exactly how I did it. It was like 15-minute long. All I did was I shared value and I invited people to take the next step. In his comment, and if you go on my LinkedIn, you're gonna see that in his comment, Reverend Taylor asked me to send him the video, the actual video, the MP4 file. So I sent him the file and he played the video in church on Sunday service. Oh my goodness. That's the power of selling like a woman. So imagine if I was cold DMing, like I wouldn't have found him anyways because he's not the kind of person I would reach out to. But imagine if I had cold DM'd him and said, "Oh, I have Wealth Builders Academy where I teach kids how money work and I teach kids entrepreneurship." Most likely, he would have just pressed delete. But because I'm selling like a woman, I give value first before I invite people to come work with me. That's the power of selling like a woman. Okay, I digress. But if you were on my email list last week, you would have received that email where I was sharing screenshots of his comments and I was celebrating that I'm going to be leading the summer literacy campaign in his church. Not only that, he has said he's going to recommend me to 3 other churches. Can you imagine that? Okay, so I was just talking about the power of email. So the people on my email list, I don't sell to them all the time. You are likely on my email list. I just love on people, and that's what I teach all my clients to do. Love on people, share incredible value, and then invite them to a live experience. Okay? Email is so powerful. It builds trust. It feels personalized. When people are reading their emails, they're not on social media, so they have you have their full attention. Okay? Okay, step 4, you're going to host a monthly conversion event. Okay? This is where you're going to give value and then make an offer. So once a month, you're going to host a workshop, a masterclass, or a webinar where you're going to give incredible value to the people and then teach and then invite them to come work with you. That's how sales flows naturally. And then you invite people to come work with you. So there's no pressure. There is no manipulation. There is just invitation. Like it feels so beautiful. And as I'm talking about this, I'm thinking of my client, Dr. Leah Cunningham, and I'm going to tell you about her shortly. Now she runs workshops and it feels so authentic the way she's signing clients because she has implemented this sell like a woman framework. So this is the ecosystem of the profitable online business. First, your authority hub. I said YouTube or podcast if you're not confident being on video. Now, this is coming from someone who used to struggle as well. So when I started on podcast because I didn't think I looked pretty enough to be on video. I had limiting beliefs about how I look and how I speak. So it's okay if that's where you're at. You can start with a podcast. Then you're going to create a need magnet. You're going to nurture your people via email, and then you're going to host a monthly workshop. That's the entire system. Okay, I'm going to show you in a more graphical way. So this is my framework, which I teach all of my clients. It's what I call my profitable online business ecosystem. It starts with the hub. So see this in the middle? That's where you're going to give incredible value. And then the call to action at the end of each of your videos will be to download your lead magnet. Now, your videos will be about 20 to 30 minutes long, and it's just once per week. Okay, so you're not just gonna spend hours and hours creating video. You're just gonna do it one time per week, and that's how you build your know, like, and trust. When people download your lead magnet or your freebie, they get to your email list, and on your email list, you nurture them 3 times per week. Let's say Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It's all automated, by the way. Okay, and then you host a monthly workshop. This is where people come to experience you live. And then you make an offer and they become clients. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't get spontaneous client inquiries on social media, right? So as you build your business, you're going to start having people reach out to you to say, "Oh, can you tell me more about how to work with you?" Okay? So don't discount that either. So the sell like a woman philosophy, you lead with value, you build trust, you make yourself more findable by the people already looking for what you have, and then you invite with confidence. Now, I know you might be wondering, or you have questions, the first step is to book a complimentary coffee chat. Now, I made this super accessible to people. I can work with you for just 1 day or 8 weeks or 6 months, depending on what you choose. Okay. Now, I wanted to tell you some of the results my clients have gotten. So I'm going to show you some real client results. And like I said, there are 3 ways to work with me. So during our coffee chat, I'll tell you about the 1 day. So this is where I work with you for 3 hours. All right. I give you a strategic plan for you to go implement. Or if you wanted guided implementation, I can work with you for 8 weeks. Or if you want full business transformation, like my client, Dr. Leah, you go for the 6 months. So it's completely up to you. Here are some of the things some women are saying. The business coach said, this system completely changed how I think about selling. I went from chasing clients to having them reach out to me. It feels so much more natural and aligned with who I am, a wellness practitioner and life coach. I want to show you some actual clients, some real women with real business results. Here's my lovely client, Courtney Cowie. She said, Joy does a unique job of helping people grow their visibility and reach the people they can truly help. She teaches you how to find podcasts you can guest on and connect with the right audience. She helps you overcome the lack of self-confidence to visibly put yourself out there and get your message heard. Result: Courtney gave practical strategies to increase our visibility while developing the confidence to share a message with the people who need it the most. Amy Scott, another of my amazing clients, she said, it gives me so much peace and calmness to see that it's all broken down into separate categories. Joy has explained to me some very simple steps to get started with podcast guesting. It's not just a one-time thing. It's going to be affecting my business life for the long term. This is Amy Scott. She gained clarity around her finances and a simple, sustainable strategy to increase her visibility and attract more clients consistently. Isn't that all we all want? Also, if you go on my YouTube channel, there's a playlist called Client Testimonials. You're actually going to see video testimonials of all of these amazing human beings. Courtney, Amy. Also, Haley Sohn, she said, working with Joy was so eye-opening and incredible. I never realized I could reach out to podcasts myself. Joy made it feel simple and achievable. Working with Joy will not only grow your bottom line, but also give you more time and more money in your pocket. Another of my clients, Sandy Oze, she's a financial educator and wealth coach. She came to me exhausted. In fact, she was hosting workshops every single week, providing incredible value, but she wasn't converting them into clients. And this is what she said. She said, I feel like I was chasing people all the time. I felt like I was invading their private life. That's how it feels when you're cold DMing people, right? Together, we shifted her mindset. She implemented the Sell Like a Woman ecosystem, created her first lead magnet. I helped her design her first lead magnet. It was a retirement calculator. I helped her build her email list, and I developed workshops designed to serve first and then sell. Look at the results. She had 50% conversion rate in her workshop, converted into clients. 2 new paying clients directly from the workshop, and her workshop had 96 registrations. This was the very first workshop she did using the Sell Like a Woman framework. And her results speak for themselves. This is exactly what Sandy said. She said, do it. Don't waste time. Joy is very passionate about what she does. She will accelerate your belief, your thinking, and your action, everything. You're going to take your business to the next level. Another of my amazing clients, Dr. Leah Reddy Cunningham, she is a veteran. She served in the Navy. She was awarded 3 military medals for valor, exemplary service. And it is my honor, because she's my current client, to coach her and help her transform her business. She's been doing emotional health and wellness for over 25 years. And she said, when I first started with Joy, my perspective on selling was very coy. I wasn't sure if I should. My speech was stumbling and fumbling. I felt like I was begging or asking people for something I didn't deserve. Then something shifted, and with it, everything changed. My posture changed when my mind changed, and then everything changed. My business has been soaring ever since. Wow. She actually wrote this on one of my LinkedIn posts, which is incredible. Like, I love her to bits. She said she actually released the discomfort around selling and stepped into confident, authentic client attraction. Did you know Dr. Leah found me on Eventbrite? Exactly the strategies I teach my clients, how to position yourself on Eventbrite for high ticket clients. She's paid me thousands and thousands of dollars to work with me, right? So this strategy works. Another of my clients, Alejandra Lozano, she said, Joy helped me see that it is safe to have money and safe to succeed. Joy is super profound. She helped me change my perception at such a deep level that it unlocked my potential. The faster you decide to work with Joy, the faster you get to where you want to be. Another of my amazing client, Chrissy, she said Joy went above and beyond to help me get started with marketing myself and my business. I felt like Joy was holding my hand, leading me and making it easy for me. After the consultation, I had more clarity because I was jumping on everything and nothing was working. Emily Tainer, another of my amazing clients. If you don't know Emily, Emily is the founder of Brave Widow. She's also a woman of faith, like I am. She's just so heart-centered, loving on people. Sadly, she lost her husband at a young age. She became widowed, and that grief she had to go through was so painful. And she felt she could help other women, and now she's helping other women process that grief and now live their best lives. I'm happy to report Emily is happily married now, and she's just changing lives all over the country. She said, within our first conversation, Joy identified subconscious beliefs that were unintentionally holding me back. Joy made me feel seen, safe to have an open conversation, and she gave me practical tools to address my subconscious blocks. She said, Joy is a systems technology and automation queen, a mindset ninja. Yes, I love tools. I love technology, automation, especially business automation. That's what I teach my clients. I love, love, love. Okay, so here's the truth about selling like a woman. You lead with value and then allow people to raise their hands to say, I am interested. That's what selling like a woman is all about. It's about building systems for predictable growth. So imagine creating the infrastructure in your business that brings in clients consistently, even when you are offline. Imagine what could change for you. So if 6 months from now, your business looked completely different. Here's what becomes possible when you implement the sell like a woman method. I finally know how to attract clients. I no longer dread selling. These are actual words from my clients. I have systems bringing in leads every single week. My business is running with intention, not exhaustion. I have predictable income. Financial peace is no longer a dream. It is my new normal. You do not have to figure this out alone. That's exactly why I created this method. It's a proven blueprint to help you attract high quality clients in a predictable way so that you no longer have feast and famine. You sell in a way that feels authentic to you. So here's the strategy in a nutshell, the business ecosystem. Your visibility strategy, how people find you, your lead generation system, your lead magnet, your email list, nurturing your email list, the sequence that goes at the back end of your lead magnet, and then an authentic sales process that gets people saying yes faster. So this is what's in the ecosystem: visibility, lead generation, building trust, and sales conversion. Those are the 4 steps. What makes my process different? Well, I do mindset first, right? For all of these women I've worked with, for each of them, they had specific mindset blocks. I had to help them overcome those mindset blocks. And then I built systems and strategies for them. And now their business is soaring. No cold outreach, no messaging strangers, because I don't know about you. When I receive those, I just delete them. So what's the first step? The first step is to book a complimentary coffee chat. I'm going to help you uncover your blocks, identify the gaps you currently have, and help you map out your next strategy. Now, like I already said, I've made it super sex accessible for most people. So whether you need my help for just one day, for 3 hours, or you need my help for 8 weeks or for 6 months, you get to decide the level of support you need. Your next clients, they are not hiding in the DMs. They are already looking for what you have to offer. The question is, can they find you? So your business, your way, your time. The link to book your coffee chat will be just below this video. Just grab an hour on my calendar. I cannot wait to meet you. You definitely have something of value. You have something the world needs. And if your offer isn't right, I'm going to help you create an offer that is super compelling. Okay, because like I said at the beginning, we need to be solving a pain that people know they have. And I'll be holding your hand every step of the way. This is what my amazing client, Dr. Leah Reddy Cunningham, says. She said, "Thank you, Joy, for living what you preach. What you teach becomes a reality for everyone who puts it into action." I am so excited to help you. Just use the link below to grab the coffee chat. If you have any questions in the meantime, feel free to send me a DM directly on any of the social media. I'm active on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. Just send me a DM and I will respond to any questions you have. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I look forward to helping you scale your business and helping you get to the next level because you deserve to be happy. You deserve a business that brings in the income you desire, and you deserve to live the life you know you deserve to live. God bless.